Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NugPot TV show. I'm your host, NugPot TV. That's me, and I'm going to go ahead and be casting a random StarCraft 2 game that I found on Spawning Tool, and he apparently is on that dank Kush. So he is asking his opponent to go easy. So after a good start, I don't know who these players are. These could be just two random players, as in like just standard platinum players, or they could be some random master players. Who knows? But the map is Lightshade. I'll go ahead and introduce the players at the top left of the map. The high man himself, it is NugPot as the red Terran. And in the bottom right of the map, we have JimRising as the blue Protoss. Both of them rocking those cool skins. Those are pretty fun to see. The probe skin as well as the Nexus skin. Even sees the radius outside here. Very interesting. Interestingly enough, this replay required me to I wouldn't say restart, but change loading options. It had that yes or no option. Forgot what it said, but usually that happens with older replays. So I don't know if this is an older patch that these two are playing. Either way, it doesn't matter because it still looks like the normal patch, the present patch rather. So anyways, we'll see what these players do. Terrans, you know, typically like to go to that bio ball and include those siege tanks nowadays, which is really cool to see. And then Protosses like to go more of a aggressive route, sometimes going War Prism. A lot of times it's Blink. Blink is actually, I've seen quite a bit versus Terran. So that's fun. And even Dark Templars as well. We actually see a Reaper being produced at this time for NugPot. He's also getting his command center. He's doing that Reaper expand. So that is cool to see. Mamma mia, NugPot says. Actually, Gosu. Okay, so it is the same guy. Cool. Alright, I just want to double check I'm getting the right stoner. Very nice. So some pretty cool banter going on. Reaper is being sent out on the map. And Mamma Mia Pizzeria, so definitely an Italian food fan. NugPot is. He's probably getting the munchies right now, for sure. NugPot is going to move in with his Reaper. He's going to try to see what he can find. An Adept is out there to defend, so no real problems for JimRising. And NugPot, interestingly, puts an 88 charge down next to the pylon. I don't think those can damage structures. And this Reaper might even die because the Shade's just going to phase towards it. And it's 1 HP. Yeah, this Reaper is going to die. So, well, that Reaper didn't really do anything. Mamma mia! Mamma mia! So, both players, you know, being very respectful to each other. Which is always fun to see. See an orbital command being produced at this time. See a Twilight Council going out. So, like I said before, Protosses really like to go that Twilight Council route. More likely than not, we'll see Blink or we'll see Dark Templar, so we shall see. NugPot is moving in, or the Adept, JimRising's Adept is moving in. It's going to snipe this SCV, building the starport. That will delay it even further. It would just delay it in general. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. Adept is being chased by the two Marines, and a Widow Mine takes it out, and that was pretty sick. So JimRising being a good sport about losing his Adept there. And once that starport is done, we will see. No, okay, we're gonna see a tech lab. I thought for sure we were gonna see a medevac. I was thinking we were gonna see some kind of a drop, but I guess not. We actually see a third base going down for JimRising as well. He's almost saturated with his natural base, but his natural expansion, but he is going to go for the third. That is kind of greedy. He doesn't have really any structures at all to defend against a Terran assault. And he knows that there's a Widow Mine and a few Marines, so if I was in his position, I would expect a drop for sure. Got a robotics facility. We do have that Blink being researched as well. We got a Raven being produced. No medevac, though, surprisingly. So NugPot just kind of chilling. He is supply blocked, so we'll see. He is getting a supply depot somewhere. It is complete. He is no longer supply blocked. He's getting an NG bay to get those upgrades nice and rolling. You see two more gateways coming out for JimRising, so things are looking pretty good for both players. And we have our siege tanks being produced, and that Raven is... Ravens are really good, especially with that interference matrix. Just making units unable to attack or use abilities for 11 seconds. It's just... And reveals cloaked units? I didn't know that. My goodness, that is good. It does take 75 energy, but you get enough Ravens and you just target the key units and it's pretty much lights out for them. Or at least it buys you time to make the ground force lights out for sure. We have the Double Forge build coming out, or Double Forge just being produced. That is fun to see, so we'll see some double upgrades coming out, obviously. +1 is being produced for NugPot, and he is getting stim at this time as well. So, very nice to see. Is he going for a third base? He is not, so JimRising is already at an economic lead. And we have a pretty decent stalker force. We have 5, to be exact. 7 now. We'll see what happens. Pretty large force for NugPot. Siege tanks are in a pretty good position. These stalkers are moving out. I believe they are going to poke and prod. This Widowmine is in a nice position. He does see it. JimRising, that is. He does see the Widowmine, takes it out with the help of that observer. Raven is coming to assist. Stalkers are going to pull back, though, so... Curious what Jim is going to do. He's got +1/+1 being produced. I believe I did mention that already. Both players just playing a little safe, no real aggression. We actually, as soon as I say that, and NugPot is pulling some of the boys. He does have some at the base, but that is that's pretty risky. So NugPot may be trying to end it here. And he may be successful. JimRising does not have that many forces. He only has the stalkers. No blink at all for the stalkers, except for that time. That one stalker does die. I don't think there are enough forces to stop this. Zealots are being produced. And siege tanks are being placed, but there are no high-tech units at all for JimRising. And NugPot is just going to walk in, and he has his SCVs trying to take care of the front line of JimRising. Siege tanks are repositioned. Stalkers do come from behind, but do get focused by the siege tank, and that is game from JimRising. Just a fell swift from the Kush King himself, NugPot. It was then just defeated his opponent just like that. That was fun banter to see for sure. And hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.